The drivers, characters, and events in TOECAR are fictional. Nobody was harmed in the filming of this production. Now sit back and enjoy the race.
Welcome to season opening Splint Cup Series practice here at the high banks of Daytona, where yet again, the Splint Cup Series is going to take on what is probably one of the more difficult tracks on the schedule. Looks a little different than the last time we were here, as we discussed in yesterday's Truck Series practice, but Daytona remains a challenge nonetheless, guys. Look at Fearless Fred go. I'm Kyle Riley, as always. I'm here with my friends, my colleagues, my co-hosts. Let's start with Mike. Mike, what are we in for today?
It's going to be another beautiful season here. Unlike last year, we're going way faster around Daytona. Fearless Fred, it's time to be fearful because we're going to be going 250, 260 miles an hour here. The tire wars are back in play. We got different manufacturers for the tires. It's going to be a very interesting race here at Daytona.
We also got Matt in the booth. Matt, what are we in for today?
Well, evidently we're looking at a Hyundai Elantra, I think. So, as well, you mentioned the manufacturers of tires. Many new manufacturers of car. Like there's I think there was a GTO last season. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of different cars. A lot of drivers coming up from the formerly known Goodies Trash series, and ready to either prove what they got a second time or the first time, because some of them are returnees, I believe.
And once again, our two pit reporters are going to be joining us up in the booth for this practice session, Tristan and Anthony. Tristan, to start with you, we saw a really chaotic season 2. Do you think season 3 has anything to match that?
I think so. All these guys are familiar faces. We don't have a single newcomer in this series. We might have newcomers in the series, but we don't have anybody that we haven't seen race before. So, I mean, you got a lot of egos out there. You got a lot of good talent overall. And you know, I think we're gonna be in for a very aggressive season 3 to sum it up.
I agree, Tristan. Anthony, who are you most excited to interview this season?
I can tell you I'm definitely not excited to interview Simon for Joe Swanson. Apparently, after the pit crew race, Simon malfunctioned pretty badly. I tried to get an interview. Turns out, first of all, Simon only speaks Latin now, so that might be a little difficult for Joe. Hopefully he can handle that. It is a dead language. But Simon tases people, specifically pit reporters, on site if they try to interview. So no interviews for that 71 all season. Sorry to disappoint.
Well, starting off a little adversity here in the TOECAR booth, but nonetheless, we're here to bring you yet another season, another 10 races, plus today's practice, of course. 32 minutes left in this here session. And guys, we saw a really clean Truck Series practice yesterday. Only had that one little incident halfway through. Today, we already got somebody losing a motor. Who's that?
That's unfortunate. It's Chris Cole.
Blocking everybody, too.
Holding up daddy. Oh, no!
Oh,
man.
They're piling
Not good
in.
already.
This is about to get much worse. Here come a bunch more cars. Oh, no.
Oh. Get off the bank.
Oh, massive Chris
Massive
almost
Chris.
tipped
Oh,
over
my
from his
goodness.
weight.
Guys, I think it's safe to say this is already chaotic than what we saw in the truck practice that we had the other day.
You know, I was
That's a
wondering
Cadillac.
what Mr. Yeast was doing adding paper mache to Pris's engine, but I can see that didn't work out in his favor.
That team's been on one ever since the crew chief race, guys.
I'm surprised they even allow him back at the racetrack. I'm surprised charges weren't filed against him.
Well, you know, statute of limitations still gives us a little bit of time on that. But you're right, Matt. This is a Cadillac. Preston DeWall moved his way up to the Cup Series.
Right behind him.
Nice looking Cadillac. Walgreens sponsorship. Hell yeah. Medicine.
3 other returning faces in this pack, too. We got Tyrese Halifax, once again in the 24 car, this time a Ford. I think he was a Chevy last year, too. Might not have been. Limburger Asiago, 3 seasons, all 3, of course, in the Splint Cup Series, in the 57 Cheez-It Mobile. And then lastly, I think that's the 34. I say think and not know because it is hard to tell.
That thing is a piece of shit. That is ugly as all dog fuck. Are you kidding me?
I
Look
love
at
that
it.
It just has Easter egg wheels, so there's just a solid color going on.
What
Nonetheless,
I
happened?
hate to see it.
Taking another look at what happened here with this 3 car. Looks like this is him headed out onto the racetrack to start his practice run here, and it's already blown up.
What a way to start this event.
Man, oh man.
Something must have gone wrong in the shop with this 3 team. That is the most faulty engine I've ever seen in my life. He didn't even make it 1 foot. It blew up
He didn't
immediately
make
in
it
this
up
pit.
to pit speed.
Those are crazy gear ratios in there. I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Now
Trying
my
to get that
question
acceleration.
is, why did he knew his motor was blown? Why did he decide to go back out here on the track?
Maybe he
Obviously
didn't know.
blocking Camaro here.
What's
Let's not
Camaro doing?
forget.
There's space, go around.
He's just inhaling all that oil.
Tristan, let's
Lucas
not
oil.
forget, the garage area here at Daytona is in turn 4. Maybe he just thought it'd be easier to do this than to turn around on the pits.
It's a good
all I
point,
know-
Okay,
Kyle.
but that's giving him the benefit of the doubt. Don't do that.
You know
All
what? That's
these
right. It
guys
doesn't
are-
fit your narrative.
Like, what are these guys doing? They could easily go around and they just sit behind him.
They needed some extra oil, probably.
The King should finish his last race. And then,
Aggressive.
Oh,
All
god
the
damn.
turns
Good
together.
lord.
Ron Roundback with a big hit into Cam there.
Joe
Ah.
Swanson's involved.
Oh,
Rob
He's
was
getting the worst of it. Oh, is that the 96?
That was Lemmy
Yeah, Lemmy
Gadinya up
Gadinya.
there.
He held on to it.
and in the
I
back
mean, he
there,
got into him and he just kind of said, I'm good.
we saw in the back there, massive Chris in that 97. That thing almost tipped over getting down the banking there. Luckily for him, I guess, kept it on all fours, and he proceeded to just sit there until those guys disappeared. Hell yeah, brother.
one of the-
Skid marks
It's one of
are
the few
damning.
times gravity's worked in his favor.
Back live here at Daytona after a replay of our first incident of the day. And guys, we still have 30 minutes left, so over under 4 more incidents. What do you think?
Oh,
Over.
Yes.
I'm taking
More.
the over. Based
All
on what we've
right,
already seen.
unanimous over. It's so back.
who else is back?
See. Yeah, we see
Oh, yeah.
Scubs. Here he is, and we got a little
Scubs.
developing story with Scubs. As you may know, the crew chief race took a devastating blow to this O2 as the crew chief, the boys, all but 2 boys were tragically dead.
Sacrificed.
Evaporated.
Yes.
Liquefied.
And
Oh, yeah.
you know, that leaves them with only 2 boys left. So, you know, this team went to work to see if they can find some more boys. They didn't find really much, but they found Cole Powers without a job, and Cole Powers is now going to be a part of the boys. So, crew chiefing
Awesome.
this 0-2 team is the boys featuring Cole Powers this season.
Everybody loves the
Fantastic.
boys, Cole Powers, and Scubs. Someone that can't be said about that, Brad Oman.
And you know, this guy is a generational hater. He's not even in the truck series, and he's getting a group of people to start wrecking people in the truck series, at least threatening people. I don't really know if they're going to act out on it. But he doesn't even have to worry about those guys. He's still causing problems down there. Who knows what he's actually going to do behind the wheel of this 4-car? Last season, he almost killed one of the most favorite drivers of the field. So, we're in for another 10 weeks with this asshole, unfortunately.
Oh, we got
Oh, we
another
just
engine
had
failure
speed
up here.
juice.
Did the 3 blow up again?
Oh my god.
What is
Another one.
I think he's just still maybe going around. I don't know.
This is the same engine.
What is going
I think
on?
Mr. Yeast is putting the same engine back into the car repeatedly. I don't think he's right after that accident.
Guys,
He's
I'm getting a report from Rob Pockets. Evidently, all they did between the first time and this time is they changed brands of motor oil. It did not help. The 3-car is still smoking all around the racetrack.
has he tried
Dude.
salt?
He's about to try sugar, if I had anything to guess.
You know, it's weird because Pris Call was one of the most, one of the competitors you used to look at and say, yeah, he's capable of doing good things, and so far he's a laughingstock here in Speed Weeks. Thank you, Matt.
Good job, buddy.
As Jackie said, back up into the Cup Series. Got demoted for season 2, but now she's back.
He said she had a
It's
concussion
terrible.
protocol yet?
No, that's permanent.
More like Jackie, wait, I said that because she can't remember shit. She has had so many head injuries last season, and if we know TOECAR, like we seem to know TOECAR, she's going to be in for a whole lot more this season. Then again, though, this 07 had a remarkable year last year despite all that. Almost made the playoffs, only missed it via tiebreaker. So maybe Jackie said actually can put it all together and maybe find this 07 in victory lane. Who knows?
Perhaps. And then right up here, we got a couple people that were usually the caboose for season 1 and first half of season 2. Wait, where did Chunk go? He was up here. There he is. He's making moves. We got Chunk in the 23 up here, returning again off the fan vote by a landslide. And then Mario Zandretti, who had a hell of a turnaround for season 2, might be able to get a win here in season 3. He certainly hope so. And between them, we got the 84, lost the championship in trash by a millimeter. The game didn't even know. I didn't even know this was a game. It's Ali Alakan in the 84. He's back. Another Pontiac car harder than ever. Oh, who's in the grass?
Oh,
Oh, it's
It's
the
Yora.
unmonetizable one.
Onomatopoeia.
Right there.
You know, this has its pros and cons, guys, because he has no manufacturer teammates out there to help him, but he is getting 100% of the funding. Unfortunately, Hyundai is not funding this team at all, so they're getting 100% of the $0.
Hell yeah.
Enterprises.
Who's this?
It's Joplin Moore, hailing from Jamie McMurray.
Those two cars look so similar.
Slowing down for
Not the
something.
pace. Yeah.
I think he's just on
Always-
old tires. These tires fall
Always
off
slowing,
really quick.
isn't he?
He might have bought some of those.
Oh, we got
great-
more trouble.
We got trouble,
trouble.
up front.
Somewhere.
Maybe. He
Well,
did.
Who?
Where'd they go?
Was it Tyrese?
The trouble of Christmas past.
Well, let's go find it
all
real
mine.
quick.
Well, we found it, and it's kind of embarrassing. You see, they come off the corner here, and Wyatt Wilkinson's checking up for something, and he just kind of gets run over by whoever that is, cease and desist, right?
It is.
Yeah, just kind of runs through him, spins him around, and Wyatt gets back going. I mean, pretty tame, but that is the second incident, so we're up to 2.
Wrecked
Keep
by
that
a
tally.
Peugeot.
Yeah, Peugeot with a split paint scheme. It's kind of interesting.
Never let him know your next move, Matt.
Okay.
Are we live?
Yeah, sure.
Dude.
Whoa. Season coming through.
Then we got the 70 here, Bellagio Asiago. Now, on top of the box, Parmigiano Flake, he's gone. He's unemployed. I don't know. He's alive, but all that matters to me. Instead, we got Asiago, little brother, unemployed coming into this season. We said, you know what? Get on the box for middle brother. So you know what? He's going to be on the box this season, except for when he climbs into the 55 later on in the season for that one race. But, you know, maybe he'll bring his brother to a win, because he couldn't do it for himself.
You know what they say, there's always another Asiago.
Man,
Neil Anderthal ripping.
the tire wear is crazy here at Daytona. We talked about it yesterday a little bit in the truck practice. A lot of different brands this year for tires. We see some of these cars falling off completely, like that 17 Willie Studs, the 70 even behind that. We were just talking about him. That's pretty crazy. Some of these guys must be out here on some of those great value rubbers we were talking about.
Dale
This might be one
Earnhardt.
of them. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt up here in the Cup Series. Blue and pink Tums-mobile. He took the 88 from James
Wow.
Icup.
This is getting
Split.
dangerous out here, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
You got
Old
cars
tires
way
here.
off the pace, yeah.
Oh God. Oh, we got more trouble up
trouble.
here. Someone slid through the grass
what we got
very
going
It
on
looks
straight.
here?
not good, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but
Looks
it
like-
looks not good.
Good thing we have videotape.
See what
Jamie, pull that clip up.
Jamie, pull my.
Let's take a look. Coming off of turn 4, we got many different tire strategies going on here. Oh, and Shaquille O'Neal getting turned by Preston DeWall. Oh God, now he's vulnerable.
Whoa.
This isn't about to
Oh!
be
What the
funny.
fuck did Cameron do that for?
Oh, he turned right into him.
That was deliberate. That was awful.
Oh my god.
God.
Why did he do that?
Oh,
That was targeting. That's ejection right there.
That's a
Wrong
flagrant.
Unbelievable.
1 and 1. And Kyle, I'm curious for your opinion. Do you think Cam was going for a hack-a-shack here?
I mean, Anthony, we've seen it time and time again. It is a great, valid strategy, as we all know.
Mm-hmm. Sends them
Not-
straight to the line.
Exactly. And, you know, the line is not where Shaq, you know, thrives. He's somebody that
He's
needs to be in
nowhere near
control.
it right now. He's in the wall.
Yeah, I mean, and he had it saved, unfortunately. And Cam Arrow said,
Oh
no,
my
try
God.
again.
Look
And,
at him.
oh,
I mean, that's more than a hack-a-shack. That we might be talking about a whack-a-shack
Smack
right
a
now.
shack, dude.
that was more
Yeah.
like when Charles Barkley and him fought. Anyway,
Oh.
he got really lucky that car didn't dig into the grass here. This car could have been flipping 7 stories in the air for all we know if it really dug in. Got him
Yeah.
all fours.
You gotta hope he's okay.
take another look off of turn 4 here. Oh man.
Oh. Good
What a
God.
view. My god.
Gonna ride on board here, Camaro. Again, newcomer to the series, not the league, but he just ran right into him.
Yeah,
Press-
that's disgusting.
He just
Pressing the
panicked.
wall. So happy he missed that by a little bit there.
That's uncalled for.
Oh.
That's my line.
No.
You guys don't do it right.
Full casket today.
Where were we, Bill?
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
trouble!
fucking Christ.
Whoa!
And we've
Back
already got
here.
trouble coming back.
Daytona.
Where? Come back!
Yeah.
Come on
We're one
now!
away from
Get
hitting
there,
you
get
over.
there.
Get
Get
control.
there.
He's
Get
back
control.
driving.
Where
Get
are we
control.
going? There he is.
Where's he
Where's he going?
Oh my.
Wait, how's he
goodness.
driving like that?
Uh-oh.
He's doing the
fellas.
stanky like he's gonna get hit by Steel
He's-
Park. He's gonna get hit by Steel Park. I'm calling it now.
Oh
No,
no.
they're gonna make contact.
Oh, he's-
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Huh.
Boo!
Even though it's a sunny day here at Daytona, lightning seemed to struck the booth again. So, anyway,
Heat
that flip,
lightning, you know.
we lost the footage of the 59 going over, but he is okay back in the race car as soon as he gets out of the medical center.
Yeah, something like that.
And you know, these guys, as we saw last season and many times before, they come with 4 or 5 cars just ready to go because they know it's inevitable. They're gonna tear some stuff up. Last year, we infamously had a lot of the painkillers in the pit road because we knew people would hit the wall. That probably saved lives in that Claire and Chris crash, except for his, of course.
Definitely saved my day.
Nonetheless, gonna be using a little more today.
Here, Shaquille's getting out of the infield care center. Anthony, you got word on him?
Yeah, no, everything hurts. It's bad. It's not great. He got hit in the driver's side door. What do you want from him? He's not great right now. Just let him be.
Want him to do better.
Well, that's okay because we do have another driver on standby just in case anybody needs to get out and they need a substitute. So he's going to be getting into the car. That was his name, by the way, just in case.
Oh.
He will be the official TOECAR standby in addition to one other driver that some people do not like, but we'll bring him out if we need him to.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure of Shaq's status right now. He's listed as questionable to return.
Someone who's been returning in the same paint scheme for all 3 seasons because it's an absolute classic, Kurt and Kyle Busch. Now racing
This
with
is
his
the one.
brother.
Classic gas station run car. You know, you get your Monster, you get your M&Ms, you get your Ream water heater.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
That's a good point, yeah.
That's a
Look
good
at
place to
Neil
get it,
Anderthal.
actually.
Neil Anderthal is Flintstoning it in that thing. That thing is so slow. Look at him getting run down by the 96 here in the 07. This car,
Checking up. Yep.
the tires must be as old as he is, because that thing is getting run down by everybody. Look at this.
Got word that up on the box this season for Neil, he doesn't have Tom Gillette anymore because he's sticking with Shave Burns. He actually has fire on top of the pit box because, you know, nobody communicates better with Neil than just good old fire. He hears a crackling and he just knows what to do.
So you even know what fire is?
You know, I've heard he's a bit of a controversial crew chief. You know, a lot of hot takes. Mario Andretti, we talked about him before, just like Bellagio, or pardon me, not Bellagio. Oh my God, look at Neil.
Oh, Neil. Hold on.
They gotta bring that car in. Get that thing off the road, bro.
Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
whoa, whoa, whoa!
Holding up
Someone's
Muskie
gonna run
Zach,
him over at this rate.
who's driving a Drago? Not sure how we're going to pronounce that one, but new manufacturer to the Cup Series and the TOECAR and the world in general.
And not only that, nobody's had a busier offseason than this team. Muskie Zach, as we all know, we saw it on Twitter, had several operations done in the offseason to correct all the injuries he had at Pigs Creek. He actually has a tungsten skeleton now. He's going to be tougher than ever before, guys. I think Muskie Zach is going to be an Ironman this season, no pun intended, in every race, hopefully, and maybe another title contender. Who knows?
Perhaps. Ron Roundback, now in a much more solid car that might help straighten his back out. Oh my God, look at Neil back there. Oh,
Whoa!
Get that thing off
Now
the
it's Wyatt
road.
Wilkinson,
man.
going slower than dog shit.
They got to test every different type of tire, including the ones that are about to blow out, because they're going to get to that point during the race numerous times that they get a green flag run in.
And Drew in
Yes.
the 99 car. Very bright paint scheme. A lot of white with blue accents this time. That's new.
And you know, this guy was one slight domino fall away from being in that testing crash we saw earlier this offseason.
God.
Oh,
Muskie
no.
Zach.
Oh,
We got
Oh,
more. Giuseppe.
They're wrecking hard.
Oh, God.
was that Giuseppe? Yep.
And David Gutterball.
Got her ball in a new number this season.
And Giuseppe also in a number. That's Tathrima's old ride from last year, still owned by the same team, to Number Motorsports.
Strike.
I got word in the offseason they changed it to just Tama Motorsports because Tanumbama got a little bit hard to roll off a ton.
That's great news, and a great tribute to their grandfather, or I guess Tathrima's grandfather and Tatuma's father.
What happened?
All right, we're going to take a look here. What happened? Looks like Ron Roundback gets. Oh no!
Oh,
He hooked him
God.
into the wall. Oh, that was a hellacious hit.
Spins him back down.
Yeah, and then you know, I think
Oh,
Ooh, okay, no, he barely gets clipped by a David Gutterball here. That's where Giuseppe Capaguli comes into play, and Drew getting a little piece of that.
God damn.
I mean, Giuseppe's got nowhere to
And
go
some of
there,
these guys
Tristan.
somehow, jeez, yeah.
Oof.
Some
Look
of
at
these guys
Fearless
made it
Fred.
through no problem though. Yeah, Fearless Fred and was that Wyatt Wilkinson?
Yeah, Fearless Fred wobbing and beaving his way through the wreck, got through it clean. So did the 9 car right behind him.
Wobbin' and beavin'.
Back here at Daytona.
Daytona.
I sure hope you guys love the smell of oil because it's all over the track from the amount of engines that keep blowing up. See,
Daytona.
Chris Call
They
is
seem
just
to-
chilling.
They seem to have gotten the 3-car rolling here, though. Look at him.
Oh,
Fifth
no!
time.
they're wrecking.
Whoa!
Cam Arrow
48.
in another one. Brody Easy Mac, the third Brody to grace this 48 car, also in the spin. Looks like they should be okay after they get it out of the grass.
See this
Yeah,
rejoin. Let's not get too excited.
Wasn't too massive.
Oh, he's
Okay.
all right. That man is, though. They just passed a Massive Chris. Returning to the Cup Series. He was down here in Season 1. Up here in Season 1, I guess. And then sent somebody down there. Juno Dollars absolutely wiped him out. So
And here we got Chunk. Wanted to point out, I talked to Chunk over the offseason. I asked him, are you a fan of Ryan Blaney? And I had to ask him that because as soon as the season ended, he shaved his beard. And he wants to just do that whole thing where he doesn't grow it out to the end of the season. You know what? I support it. Whatever he wants to do. I think he looks like a big child. And now he's really holding up the 70 car.
Acting like a child too.
yeah, forgive the
Yeah.
easy joke here, but this team's out to lunch, guys. That 23 is getting run down by everybody. Look at Weed Trimmer. Weed Trimmer's flying in that 33-something car.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, they just kind of took the Trash Series car, and since that's going to trucks anyway, and there's no use for those cars, couldn't sell it to anybody. So they just kind of modified it, whipped it up, and plopped it out here in the Cup field. Look at it. It looks exactly like it. I mean,
You know,
Yeah.
let's not forget, he was also one of the runner-ups for MVP last season, losing it, of course, to Kobe Keith. But he was very close to being our most valuable driver for Season 2. Looking to have a good performance again in Season 3, and I honestly think he's going to really shine in the Splint Cup Series.
And he had a really
Hope so.
successful season. I mean, kind of touched on it already. He had a successful season 2 down in the Trash Series, securing. He got what, 1 win? Almost
2, right?
Did he get 2?
He did get to. He got
He
the
did get
Gauntlet
to,
one,
that's
which
right.
was fraudulent,
Yeah.
and then he got the other. I forget where that one was. Was it CRI?
not fraudulent. Nobody else crossed the line.
It was. He had a very successful season nonetheless.
Pennant
and,
saw nobody else after he gave the flag to Weed Trimmer. So, I mean, how else can you look at that?
You know what? That's a good point. Pennant never gets confused.
Oh, just in case getting around the 4 car. Oh, God.
Oh
They
my
really
gosh.
cannot afford to have another spare driver in there, so Justin needs to, keep that thing on the track.
It is worth noting the Garbage Truck Series drivers haven't left the track yet. So, I mean, I guess one of them could get behind the wheel if necessary, but I sincerely hope they don't. Well, then again, those guys seemed like they were doing better yesterday than anybody is today, so
Fucking
maybe I'm
throw
wrong.
Sarah in one of these things.
Jake Joe returning once again to the Splint Cup Series in that 2-car.
Oh.
Last year's winner, Orange County. I think we might have had a
We
spin
got
off
something
more
going on
trouble
up
somewhere.
here. Oh,
Oh,
what is
I
I
this?
think something's still going
Scums
on.
blew up.
Scum's
Let's see
having
what
a
happened.
problem. Go ahead.
Let's see what happened here. Ripping around turns 3 and 4. This is a big group of cars. Oh,
Oh.
Jonathan Moore just squeezes them up into the wall. They go.
He's just carrying too much speed compared to the other cars around him.
Oh, God. Cam Arrow
wow,
almost
Cam
did it
Arrow
again.
wanted to avoid that one.
He finally missed one, guys. It took him a few tries. He did it. And then inexplicably, though, I don't think either of these guys pit. I think they both just keep driving. Oh, look at the 34. He's pitting now.
I'm getting word that there was some confusion. Like, the boys wanted him to come down pit road, but Cole Powers was saying, no, stay out, stay out. And I'm just sitting here thinking, why not? It's fucking practice.
Yeah, it's valuable track time, Tristan. You bring up a very good point with that. He needs to get as many laps as he can with these
So,
new crew chiefs. I mean, there's
it
less
sounds
boys
like,
now.
Yep. Sounds like a little crew chief woes to start the season here in Daytona.
Yeah, big L from Cole Powers.
Back live here at Daytona. We got the 59.
He's still bloating up.
Colonel Caleb Rose, who we saw before the lightning strike, got turned over coming into the tri-oval there, but it wasn't too bad of a crash. He's back out here with the backup, one of several.
And another team that's shown they've got great speed. Look at him just going right around the 70 car of Bellagio. That's not even a competition. Let's take a look at these speeds real quick if we can, Mike, because the speed disparity is going to be great. Oh, he might be pitting.
Ooh!
He might
Fine.
might be doing something else.
But these cars at top speed when their tires are new, they can enter these corners at about 230, 240.
yeah.
As you see here, Neil Anderthal flying gets down to about 231, maybe 230. And right behind Mario Zandretti, he probably got down to like maybe just 200 in the center. That car we just were on board with, I think that's Tuma. He also got down to about 200 there. So these tires seem to fall off an absolute cliff. Oh my God.
Oh,
Scub's finally bringing it in.
Finally
Maybe.
got back home.
We got Daddy here in a new paint scheme this season. Doesn't have a son with him in the series anymore, but you know what? He wants to hold the Sato family name, bring it back for another championship. Hope it happens. We love Daddy.
Oh, he's gonna get run over. Oh. Okay, he's okay.
at Ollie.
Ripping
Ollie
top.
trying to make a name for himself quickly.
And Ollie's got a lot of pent-up frustration after how Pyongyang ended last season. After thinking he won the championship, to timing and scoring completely fucking him over. So he's driving like a madman this season. I promise you.
Yeah, the transponders did say he was in fact leading slightly. However, when we looked at the video, it showed something different. And Kobe Keith ended up being your Season 2 Goodies Trash Series champion. Definitely has a chip on his shoulder. Definitely out for revenge this time, Tristan.
Where the fuck is Kobe Keith, by the way?
There's a few cars we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, we gotta...
Yeah, like our both our champions. We haven't seen either of them yet.
There he is.
There's one of
There's
them.
one
oh,
of
he's
them.
getting ran over too. Oh my goodness.
He was not ready to run the Splint Cup series.
He ran it in Season 1, was pretty mid, got demoted, but you know what? That was one of the best seasons of driving I've seen by anybody in TOECAR for Season 2. Got it done in claw hammer after watching Ultra Pressure explode into the cockpit. That was disgusting. But you know what? He capitalized on that moment, snuck by when everybody was grieving, and got the win.
Let's try to find
He's
our
just
other
emotionless.
champion.
There he is. Oh, he's got Brad Oman right in front of him though.
Are they both Budweiser cars?
Yeah.
You know, they are.
That's a good
Drink
point.
of champions, if you will.
And
Yeah.
and I gotta mention, because I did steal their alpaca last season, for the season opener.
You did.
I
Did
did.
you give it back?
I did actually. I did give it back. It is with the team. And then I
Good
asked
job.
them. I actually asked Zach. So now what? After I gave it to him, he's like, "Well, what do you mean? Now what?" I was like, "Well, is it gonna be a part of the team?" He was like, "Oh, I don't know." So, I guess that's a game time decision. We'll find out if the alpaca will even return in the car or not.
I think it'll be pretty obvious whether or not it does.
We'll keep hay on hand or whatever the hell they eat. I don't know.
It is large.
It'll eat whatever I give it because it'll be hungry.
Look at James Icup ripping the wall up there.
Hey, that's my old cup.
New number this
My
season.
former cup.
A little bit more vibrant paint scheme. I like it.
Yeah, fun.
Oh my gosh, getting blocked by the 57. Limburger last season, let's not forget, spent almost the entire year on vacation, won very early in the season at Auto Club, and then said, fuck it, I'm in the playoffs, I don't have to do a damn thing. Showed up every single week at Chicago, I remember, started essentially last and got caught up in the first wreck. That happened countless times throughout the year. I think this season Limburger's going to take a more direct approach, try to win as many races as humanly possible. And honestly, good for him. I hope that Limburger is able to figure it out.
Somebody graced with a little bit more televised TV time in the 55 than anybody else this season. We got Chris the Catheter Keen making his potentially final TOECAR start here at Daytona next week. You know what? I hope this car does. I hope it does good as it is last season. Kansas was surprising. I thought we were going to have a complete controversy after that car would win, but you know what? Didn't quite get it done there. But I'd put my blood, sweat, and tears into this car in the off season. I even fired Bill McCoy. I want to be on the box this season. I want to be making all the calls because I want this car to win the championship. Even though it can't, I want it to win Kansas because that'd be pretty damn cool.
I'm glad you
Well-
mentioned that. Go ahead, Kyle.
I was gonna say, Mike, I do have a little bit of bad news to report. As we all know, as you just said, you are the crew chief for this car this season, and I know you've been broadcasting with us and you haven't really been able to hear him too well, but the entire practice I've been listening in, he's been complaining the water from his cup is actually plugged directly into the catheter. There's a weird blood transfusion situation
Ooh.
going on, and he does
Ooh,
not
don't
like
like
it
that.
one bit.
I don't like that either.
Well, he only has to deal with it for one more week, then he's not my problem anymore.
Oh. Yikes.
He drank to
Oh.
pee-pee?
A nice
blocked by-
reversible flush.
Getting blocked by cease and desist. It's just a bad day all around to be Chris the Catheter King, guys.
He drank to pee.
Although I am glad that you mentioned that earlier about this team not winning the or is not eligible for the championship. So hopefully people don't come after us for that anymore. It can still win, but you know, it isn't gonna affect the standings at all.
I mean, it effectively takes somebody out of the playoffs every time.
Right,
that it
yeah.
wins, so.
Maybe they should be good.
In retrospect,
One of
It's
our
not
more
fucking
anonymous winners, the 10 car Cheesy.
He's not real.
He's right there.
Moving on.
hey,
Yeah, name one.
He's finally got that thing rolling now.
Whole song around Daytona. And he won the first ever trash race here.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Back out here, only took 3 motors and 5 other cars.
Sometimes
Mission
you need
failed
to
successfully,
sacrifice-
Mike.
Sometimes you just need to sacrifice things to the TOECAR gods to get your car out there. Apparently, it was 3 engines and 5 cars.
Come on, Fred, get a little closer to the camera, please. We got to show this off.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
We'll have to get Chapel Drone out there if he doesn't pick up the pace.
That is
Send the drone out.
There's Pierre on the hood there, in case you were wondering. There he is.
What a beautiful
Never
tribute.
forget.
He's
You know,
him.
guys. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
no, they're wrecking.
Oh
There's
my
Cody
God.
Heath in the outside wall.
Not only
What?
that, but somebody was bobbing and weaving down there on the pit road entry. It looked like somebody almost got pushed into pit road against their will.
He just
Oh.
runs over James Icup, guys.
Just carrying
Oh.
too much speed and really couldn't make a move until the last second there.
You know, it's that curve, that learning curve. You got to go from trash to
There's
the
a
Cup
pill for
Series,
that.
and
Oh, these guys are all over the place.
Oh, we
Oh,
got
there's more
more-
trouble.
Maybe. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
on the back.
oh.
We trim.
Oh, yeah.
oh, what's
What's
wrong?
that?
Looks
Sweet
like-
Who
trim
is
up.
that?
Yeah.
Oh
Sweet
no!
trim up.
That thing's
Oh, he-
destroyed.
Living up to his name down in the grass.
Holy
Yeah, he
cow,
did a
what
little. You see
happened?
the skid marks? Let's see what skid marked the skids. Trouble.
TOECAR.
Taking a look here, just in case in the 47, and he looks like he's gonna get in the 31 of Ron Roundback and just go right around. Ooh. So where is Weed in all this? Because we got 2 cars very slow on the track. And, oh my
Oh,
goodness!
Mario's.
No! Oh,
Mario,
no! Mario's
no.
Andretti. Oh, it's a huge impact. Oh,
this
no,
is
we got
bigger
more.
than we
Oh,
realized.
the
there
Simon
was-
system.
That's a huge wreck.
Oh, and
Oh.
Jackie said, I think that is. No, it's actually the 11 car. Preston DeWall, a huge hit.
Oh man,
Camaro in his
Camaro and
4th
another
wreck.
one.
they have enough backup cars. They'll be fine. But my goodness, that was a huge impact there.
It's right on board with old Weed here in the whatever the hell this is machine. Keeps him safe from tornadoes. Let's see how it does in crashes.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
it's pretty soft in the front. Gonna have to tune that up for next week.
Yeah, a little caved in there.
Yeah, guys, I'm a little bit concerned for Weed because I've been trying to get an interview with him all week. He's been at the track a little bit earlier, actually, than everybody else. So there's been plenty of time. Every time I walk up to him and say, hey, man, how's it going on? All he says is, and I quote, big storm coming. And I don't know what that means. I really don't, and it's very concerning. And there's, a churning feeling in my stomach. I don't like it one bit, guys.
I know what that means. As we briefly mentioned earlier, new number for Giuseppe Gabaguli.
Oh, come on, Jackie.
Oh, we had more trouble up here. It looked like I saw smoke.
Huh?
No?
Well,
Well,
I think they were just getting back to the pit safe, Mike. That was all the cars with the damage before.
well,
Kicking up some dust.
Where'd he go?
15 seconds are up, Giuseppe. Sorry.
Yeah, Giuseppe Gabaguli, just to touch on that a little bit more, one of our graduates from the Goodies Trash Series, one of the most Italian people alive. We're getting to him. There he is, yeah. Get those tires.
put
Yeah,
them
no
buffing
way.
bangs on it.
As we all know, tires are premium here at Daytona. We're seeing a speed difference of 50 miles an hour in the corner. I would not be shocked if we have one less driver leaving this track than we had going in, guys.
Only got 4.5 minutes to survive, so.
Well, I mean next week, not this week, hopefully.
Oh.
Nonetheless, there's the Colonel, there's Bernhardt. I actually really like this car. It kind of grew on me. The first few days, I was like, oh, the number placements, or not the number placement, pardon me.
You grew
The
this
logo
car on
placement.
your person.
I mean, no, that's not how biology works, but
9 months,
actually-
that's good for you, man.
are you growing cars in your house?
You're allowed to
You
have
can
4.
do that?
Illegally, no.
So you're allowed to have 4 as of last year.
So anyway,
Somebody else
yeah,
spin
he's
off
coming
turn
to the
4.
pits.
That's what I'm
I
wondering.
don't know. It's hard to keep up.
Oh,
Yeah, they did. They're in
Yeah.
the grass in the trial.
Who is that? Not just
yeah,
some
who is
David
Water.
Gutterball.
Oh, it's Gutterball.
Gutterball.
Let's see what happened now.
Strike.
Here we see David Gutterball. Different number this year, going to be in the 53 instead of the 21 this season. See him coming off turn 4. Oh, and he just couldn't get out of the way of the 29. I think the 29 was headed to pit road. And Gutterball just ran him the fuck over. It's a lot easier to do here than you'd think.
Yeah, they come up fast because you're going like 50 to 60 miles an hour faster, especially if they're going to the pits. Blink of an eye.
Another season of the same result for David Gutterball.
Here's Raymond
see-
Hans.
Okay, you can
No,
tell.
I'm saying it.
Yeah,
Me.
go ahead. Go say it.
I'm
Say
talking
it.
about Raymond.
Say it.
Me, Tristan. It's Raymond Hans in a Ford Mustang, which I believe was he not driving Hondas?
He was a Honda last
Raymond
year.
Honda. Yeah. So, still right below 3 car, very recognizable. We'll know when he's upside down. Type shit.
Even
And I
when he
think-
wasn't in the car, Mason Dixon was in the car last season and flipped in that car also.
That car
Correct me
doesn't
if I'm
want to stay
wrong.
on the ground.
Word is Mason's still looking for a ride.
Going back to take a look here. It looked like the 16
A
had
chew.
just grenades and engine off turn 2. I don't know what's been up with the engine budget this year, guys, but it must have been slashed because this is, what, the 5th or 6th engine failure we've seen already?
I think they're using Dollar General oil in these cars, Kyle. That's the only other explanation I can think of.
We talked about it. That they're getting the entire amount of Hyundai manufacturer support, but 100% is still zero because they're only spending $0, and it's really showing here. Couldn't even make it 35 minutes through practice.
You even had to
They
pay
might
for the
be
stickers.
part of the group where they think that STP is motor oil.
Mm.
So, I'll have to look into that.
And not even going to make it back.
He tried his best. You know, that's all he can give.
Well,
Daddy.
still got 3 minutes to drive around the track here. Look at this beautiful 24 car. I always seem to like the way this 24 car looks. Always a different vibe every season, but always very distinguishable out there. As it heads down to the pits here, there goes the helicopter lifting off. That's not a good sign for Shaq.
I was gonna say Shaquille O'Neal might be in some serious trouble.
Well, we'll get back to you with that at the earliest convenience. I'm not sure when we're gonna have an update on Shaq, but nonetheless, still 2 minutes 20 seconds to go here in this here practice session. Mario Andretti taking turn 1 and 2. He must be on new tires because he's flying. Look at that speed.
235 off the corner.
Oh man, and he's running down 2 people here. Who's that? Scubs? That is Scubs, and it's the 21, I believe, of Kurt Kyle. Yep.
Scares
Air's
them.
clear enough.
And Loudners are sounding beautiful here today.
Let me get in ya up here in the Cup Series. I don't know what that manufacturer is, if I'm being honest. Seems like he's on old tires right now, though.
Oh, trouble!
Oh,
Trouble!
Trouble
my
ahead.
car.
Oh, it's the 55.
Oh.
Oh, Raymond Hans.
Oh no!
Oh, and Lemmy gets a piece of it.
Oh. My car.
Take a look at what happened here with the 55, Krista Catheter Keen.
Oh no. Oh.
Got hooked
Giuseppe
by
just turned him.
Giuseppe, yeah.
Whoa, Andrew.
He's putting the fun in uncalled for,
Oof.
guys. And this 55 just gets
And then
drilled.
Raymond Hans,
Oh.
nowhere to go.
The second worst thing
Hard
to
hit.
happen to a Plot 55 car at Daytona so far this year.
And let me get in you, just a victim of circumstance there.
Let me get in that crash, you know?
Thank goodness the
They
Colonel
all
knows what
avoid.
he's doing. If that was Babe Ruth instead of the Colonel, we would have one less person.
2-minute warning here. 2 minutes left to destroy some people.
Let's get after it.
Limousine cars.
Sure thing. Willie Studs in that 17. Not in a Coca-Cola car for once. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I think this is also the first time Willie's not driving a Chevrolet. The 17W. Not sure why the W's there, but nonetheless, going to be really easy to see him when you can see him from
For
the side.
Willie. Duh.
You
I thought
know,
that was their shoe size.
a wise man once said, motherfuckers be named Will, and they just won't.
Yeah.
That's
Never
deep,
thought
dude.
about that.
It's like the other saying, motherfuckers be named James and just be one person.
That's true.
There goes
James
Dale.
Icup.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that might not exactly be his birth certificate name. I'm pretty sure they don't let you be named Icup, but nonetheless,
Why not?
you know, because ICUP, Matt. Cheesy Block and Camaro. Both the Ally cars. These
dangerous.
These cars love being right near one another, by the way. I feel like I always see the 10 and 48 near each other on the track. They might be on the same rollback in a few minutes with how this practice is.
I was going to say
You
the
know
way
what?
the 30 car's been driving.
We're almost out of time. I'm gonna say it. Whoever wins practice gonna get a $5 Wendy's gift card.
Fuck.
Look, we got cars coming out already. They heard me. They don't even have enough time to go run a lap. They're still getting out there on the racetrack. Goddamn.
You know, Matt, I'm hearing they actually sent an official out to the edge of the track right there behind the catch fence with a stopwatch. They're gonna time it themselves if they have to.
I
Time
don't
to
think
use.
this 57's gonna get another lap in. I don't know why he
No.
came. I mean,
Yeah, why is he out
Because
here?
they heard me. I bet other cars came out on track too. Look back. Go back. Look. There's probably other. See Raymond Hans coming out onto the
Oh,
racetrack.
he's
And he's
yeah.
not blown. There was another car back there. It was a red car. I thought.
I mean, everything's still rattling and vibrating on him, but yeah.
Tyrese. They're not gonna be able to put a lap down, so.
They're here for the lulls.
My second car I prepped for the weekend is out, and please don't wreck this one.
No point. Practice is over.
Mike,
waiting
it's
for
okay.
timing
You
on
can
scoring.
take an insurance claim out on it. They don't care. I've kidnapped the gecko.
Guys,
You
I have
what?
bad news. I just received a piece of paper from the studio executives. The $5 Wendy's gift card actually was not approved by the board. So, unfortunately, no $5 Wendy's.
Well,
Honestly, good. They didn't really deserve it.
in these unprecedented times, you know, things have to change. Oh, Shaq's back.
Hell
I
yeah,
hope
dude.
so.
That's awesome. I
They
hope somebody
picked him
saw
up.
that.
He said, "Nah, I'm good," and they just kind of brought him back.
Well, that's going to conclude another practice session here at Daytona. The top 10 in this here practice session. Cam Arrow, despite being in the most wrecks of anybody, the fastest car in Daytona. That's shocking. Tatuma Sato in the 7, a great performance for him. Willie Studd's 3rd. Fearless Fred, P4, good for him in his first ever start in the Cup Series. Tyrese Halifax, 5th. 6th is cease and desist. 7th, last season's champion, Zach Outback, with crew chief winning Bruce Outback on the box still. Shaquille Oatmeal, who was injured as we all know, P8. Ron Roundback, 9th. And Weed Trimmer rounding out our top 10.
real quick. I hate to interrupt you. There's a fight brewing down here on pit road. There's punches being thrown. It's the 96 of Lemmy Gadina and Raymond Hans. Raymond Hans is in the fetal position right now. He has gone straight to the ground. He wants nothing to do with this. All his atoms are still vibrating. My goodness, he's slapping the shit out of him. This is getting too violent for me. I'm sorry. I had to report it. I'm sorry.
I felt like, let me get out of here. Because this is getting out
I
of
need
hand.
to get out of here.
Well, looking forward to another season, of course. We'll see you all next week for the season opener. And actually, before we go, let me not get ahead of myself. Let's do what we did in the truck race, or truck practice, I should say. Let's make some picks. Gentlemen, who do we think is going to win this race? Mike, I'll start with you.
Well, it might be a little bit biased, but I think my 55 car, I put a lot of work into that car this week. It's going to be getting a victory lane, and Chris the Catheter is going to be back in the 55 for season 4.
Matt?
Stinky ass pick, Mike. Unbelievable with that. Well, I'm gonna keep it simple, right? I think Mario Zandretti is here to win at Daytona. He's been a laughing stock for long enough, and he's putting the haters. He's gonna silence them, right here next week.
Tristan?
Now, before I get into my pick here, I think we're really underplaying something that happened in today's practice, and it's with the 30th Camaro. The heinous actions that he did, intentionally swerving into Shaquille Oatmeal to injure him. I think that is completely uncalled for. I don't like it. It does not belong in the sport. I want him out of here as soon as possible. That being said,
Whoa.
Camaro's going to win.
Confident.
All right. So
Anthony?
get him out of here after the race. You're saying?
I'll tell you
Either
one
works.
person who I don't think is winning. It's Raymond. He was he I'm not gonna say anything too bad, but he kind of pooped himself a little during that fight.
It was slowest in practice, too.
Yeah, it's not been a good day for Raymond Hans. However, I'm not picking him to win because truthfully, I'm gonna go with Zach Outback. He's on top of the sport right now. Just won the championship. Maybe that lucky alpaca will be in there on race day. So I'm gonna keep picking him until I don't win.
And for me, guys, I think I'm going to go with the guy that's 16th on the board right now, Steel Park. As we all know, his former crew chief, Steve Drive, demoted to the afterlife in the offseason. Going to have Jimmy neutral in the box this year. And I was speaking to Jimmy during the opening morning session this morning, and he was telling me, guys, this car is cheated up to shit. I don't know what that means, but that could be a good sign for them next week.
He's probably been talking to Simon. That sounds Latin to me.
Well, nonetheless, that's our predictions for next week. Tune in next week to see if we're right. The Splint Cup Series and the Garbage Truck Series head into the high banks of Daytona. It's going to be a classic as always. Yeah. Well, from us in the booth,
TOECAR!
wherever you might be listening to this, thank you and good night.
TOECAR!
TOECAR.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Somebody sing the music.
Down.